Hello friends, welcome to Ashford Kitchen. Today recipe is a mutton biryani with a raita. Uh, it's it's a bit different recipe from the chicken biryani. Before that, I would like to show to cut a lamb or mutton, whatever you get from the supermarket. So if you see this, there's a lot of unwanted fat. You need to take some kind of bones and things to get a clean meat so that your recipe will be delicious. So it's better to spend time to cut meat if you prefer to do it. And it's not everybody's cup of tea, but still it's worth to invest some time to get a clean meat like what I'm doing. So I'm going to bit of small brief demonstrations to how to get rid of the unwanted fat and some skins which you don't need to eat it. It's beneficial to remove all this stuff so that we can have some healthy approach to eat meat. It takes normally 15 to 20 minutes, and you have to be very careful with using sharp knife, and you should be also patient when you are handling this kind of sharp object. Apart from that, it's not really difficult task to do. If you like it, you can. Otherwise, you can buy sliced meat in the supermarket. But I prefer to use some bones as part of this recipe, so it will be more authentic and tastier. So see how much unwanted fat and bones are just removed from the meat, and the meat almost clean now. So you don't want to eat this kind of stuff. Now the clean meat, I got it. Now I'm going to start my recipes with this. First, in the mutton biryani, first thing is I'm taking 1.5 cup of rice, wash with plenty of water twice, and then soak in water for 30 minutes. Don't soak in water and then wash, because the rice will get broken. So it's better to wash first and then keep it for soak. Now the spice mix is concerned, take 3 to 4 spoon of fennel seeds is really important, and honey seeds, and 10 to 15 cloves, at least 5 grams of black pepper, and few cinnamon bark, and 8 to 9 red chilies, and 2 cardamom, 1 black cardamom. So no need to dry roast. Transfer everything in a grinder mixture, and grind it not as smooth. And you can add 2 tablespoon of coriander seeds. Then grind it almost smooth, not very smooth, but bit of coarse, so that it will be more appropriate for this recipe. So yeah, you grind like this, then we can use it later. As far as this process concerned, it's not a difficult process to do. So totally I'm going to use 1 medium-sized onion, and I'm using plenty of garlic, it's very important, and sliced ginger, and if you want more hot, I'm using some green chilies. It's up to you. But if you're happy with the red chilies, then no need to add green chilies. I'm adding some green chilies for more extra hot, and all the sliced garlics, and everything is ready for the recipes. So making this mutton biryani, this 3-step main step is, first you need to cook this lamb with the spice mixture in water with the salt. Pressure cook it for 6 whistles, and the ratio of the water is very important. The proportion of water you are taking for 1 cup of rice, you need to take 1 1/4 of water. So for 1.5 of rice, I'm taking 1 3/4 of water. If you take too much water, it's very difficult to get a good texture of rice. So it's better to be very particular about the amount of water we're adding. Now, after adding water, add the spice mixture we made it, and 1.5 spoon of salt. Don't taste too much salt, because we're going to add the rice later. So we'll adjust salt later. Now add a spoon of turmeric. Now mix nicely. Then pressure cook it for 6 whistles. You need to pressure cook well, because the mutton will take some time to cook, and there is no point in cooking with the rice. The rice will cook in 5 to 10 minutes, so lamb will take a lot of time. So it's better to pressure cook. Whereas chicken, it's very straightforward. Whereas lamb, you need to do this pressure cooking process to ensure that lamb is cooked perfectly, so that we can use it for cooking with the rice. Yeah, now we pressure cook for 6 whistles. When it's done, then we can take all these vegetables, and now around 25 to 30 ml of I'm taking ginger oil. Ginger oil is very good for mutton biryani. Then add some bay leaves and some fennel seeds, 2 spoons fennel seeds, some cloves. Even you can take cinnamon bark, it's up to you. But this will infuse into your rice, so it will be helpful. Now we add all the onion, sliced ginger, garlic, everything, and fry for medium flame for 5 minutes until the onions get smooth, softer. Don't cook too much of onions. Once it cooked, then you can add your tomato, or you can add lamb mixture and also tomato. So tomato is very easy to cook, and there's no need to worry about this stage. If you want, you can cook tomato now, but make sure that onion is cooked first nicely. Then you can add your tomato. I am using a cherry tomato, around 100 grams of cherry tomato. But before that, you need to add some mint. As I mentioned in my previous video, mint is really very boosting the flavor of the biryani. So mint is very important, especially for the mutton biryani or lamb biryani, whatever. So mint is really important. So you add some mint. And finally, the enhancer butter is very important. Add not much. Add 20 grams of butter, 15 to 20 grams of butter. Then add your cherry tomato. If you don't cherry tomato, you can eat normal tomato. No, it's not a problem. But for me, I got the cherry tomato, so I'm using it. So fry it for 5 minutes in a medium to low flame. Once it cooked, then you need to add all the boiled, the cooked lamb with the spice mixture gently. Then mix it well. Now you can taste the salt. The main important thing, you need to look for it. Now you need to adjust the salt before adding the rice. After adding the rice, then it's very difficult. Now you can add a coriander, fresh coriander. So that coriander, as you know, coriander will enhance the flavor and it will infuse into the rice. So better to add the coriander at this stage. So once I add fresh coriander, then mix it very well. Then adjust the salt at this stage. You need to make sure that there should be a bit of salt, because you are going to add the rice. Rice needs some salt. It will take some salt. So now the soak water, the rice which is soaked in the water, filter it using any filter you have. Then add this rice. Now the other important thing you need to look for is, I advise not to use any spoon at this stage. So you can use the method I am going to use, just shaking the vessels with hand carefully, so that there is no need to add no need to use any spoon to stir the rice at this stage, because rice will get broken easily. It's not a difficult thing to do, but you have to be very careful not to spill the content out. So now rice is gently cooking. The main thing is you need to cook it in definitely low flame, because the rice has to be cooked in a very low, gentle flame. So almost the rice is started to get some shape. Now stir gently now with the wooden spatula. So I am going to process this further into an oven, because once the rice absorbed most of the water in the vessel, you can also, now I am going to use an oven for 15 minutes in 170 to 180 degree. So cover it with an aluminum foil. Once it covered with an aluminum foil, you just make some hole in it, so that any steam will come through this hole. So I'm going to make some small slit in the aluminum foil gently. Then you can transfer into oven. If you have oven, if you not have oven, you can just gently cook it in the hob, but it make sure that it is a very low flame not to affect the content. So 15 minutes. Now I'm going to take this how it looks like. Hopefully it will be cooked nicely. So yes, see, look, the mutton biryani is cooked very nicely with the oven. So oven is very controlled heating with no, you will not char, you will not get any problem with the thing. So it's gentle cooking at 15 minutes for 170 to 180 degree. So done, mutton biryani is done. Now I'm making a side to use this biryani. Is normally prefer to use raita. Raita is very simple. Take any curd, cut decent amount of onion and a cucumber very sharply, very small, as small as possible pieces, and add some salt and some pepper. I use some pepper. Some people don't use pepper. It's fine. Now once you mix it, then add not add all of it, but add some cucumber. And if you want more cucumber, you can add. It's up to you. Now add some water until it gets some consistency. It should not be no too thick or no too dilute. So it should be in a medium consistency so that you can use it in mutton biryani. This raita will be mutton biryani with raita will be very interesting combination. Please follow my recipe and then share your comments and subscribe my channel Ashford Kitchen for more updates of more interesting recipes with unusual combinations. Thank you for watching.